Now this is a mock-up seat of where Adam will sit on the spacecraft. The telescope will be mounted on the right-hand side and controlled by this tablet that Adam has developed. Brackish bow ties are not kidding when they say they are handcrafting each bow tie. I've got my bow tie on, and come take a look as artists are working very hard to hand select each feather. And they say it takes 4 to 5 hours to create one bow tie. Charleston Distillery uses South Carolina local grains to distill its unique alcohol. It then sits for 5 days before being able to fill up its shot glass for tasting. Kids Planet Pediatric Dentistry is known for its out-of-this-world care, and they say tooth decay is most common in children among 6 and 19 years old. Coming up at 6, what DNR officers are doing to prepare for the 4th of July weekend. Coyote signs like this one at Waterfront Park shows that the threat remains. So much that the city of Mount Pleasant has drafted a plan to keep the public safe. As of now, the coroner's office has not released any names. We'll keep you posted as more information comes in. Laura Smith, News 2.
With coverage you can count on, this is News 2 at 6.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Laura Smith. We begin tonight with news of a fuel spill possibly bringing damage to a local river. There is a new focus to prevent the disease from becoming a global outbreak. The outbreak of Ebola was the subject of a hearing Thursday on Capitol Hill. Shake, rattle, and roll. A new map lists South Carolina as one of the riskiest states for earthquakes. Are we prepared for a disaster? The band has announced Wednesday they are canceling upcoming shows in Idaho, Washington State, and Canada. The cancellation is due to the unforeseen illness of its lead singer. Meanwhile, we've heard from a number of you commenting on what appears to be an increase in violence across the Low Country. Justin Bieber just cannot stay off Instagram or out of trouble. Charleston County Sheriff's Office is investigating a second home invasion. The latest happened in Lincolnville. Police responded to Evergreen Oak Road just after 11:30 last night. Is it a goat? Is it a sheep? No, it's a geep. Now take a look at this. This is not something you see every day. Rob Lowe is lending his comedic talents to the Discovery Channel.
So sharky.
In a new promo for Shark Week, he throws up chum while riding 2 sharks. There's much more to come tonight on News 2 at 6. Common Core is out the door, but where does that leave your child's education?
I think they should get rid of it.
Why?
The Confederacy is gone. I mean, it's no more, so why should it be here?
I don't think anybody should be protesting. I mean, I think it's, I don't know, it's part of Charleston heritage. It's part of being in the South. I mean, you know, I don't see where anybody should take offense to it.
After the Sons of Confederate veteran emblem went up on the Goose Creek welcoming sign, some found it to be far from welcoming. Instead, some members of the NAACP found it was somewhat offensive.
There were groups in our past who used this symbol, and because of that, we felt that the symbol was kind of offensive in a way.
Their immediate reaction was to protest at Goose Creek City Hall, but after some thought, they realized in order to stay true to their mission of equality for all, they would add themselves to this collage of growing logos and symbols.
We feel that we need to let others in Goose Creek know that we are here.
So we wanted to find out, does the Heritage Act protect the Sons of Confederate emblem? Charlie Condon says no. The Heritage Act seems to be limited to monuments and memorials, and this wouldn't qualify like it does for the Confederate flag displayed at the Citadel Summerall Chapel. However, the government can't deny someone's freedom of speech under the First Amendment.
I think it's very wise for them to allow, for example, to invite the NAACP to be on there, because they can't discriminate as to what groups get on there unless they have a neutral reason that applies across the board to all groups.
From Goose Creek, Laura Smith, News 2.
I like to have stuff that no one else has, and that's what you find when you get from a local artist here in Charleston.
A city known for its unique, one-of-a-kind stores. And if you're one of those South Carolinians who enjoys wearing a piece of nature, then how about a feather bow tie?
You don't really see many feather bow ties very often, and we were the first ones to ever do it and put them together.
Jeff Plotner and Ben Ross founded Brackish Bow Ties back in 2012 after having trouble finding that perfect groomsman gift. Peacock, rooster, turkey feather bow ties are just a few designed.
When we started, there were only about 3 styles, the original turkey and the pheasant, and since then they've developed about 14 or 15 different unique ties, different feathers, different species, and it's really taken off.
We have kept our old bow ties that we first made at the beginning, and we can look at them now and laugh because we've come so far.
Brackish bow ties are not kidding when they say they are handcrafting each bow tie. I've got my bow tie on, and come take a look as artists are working very hard to hand select each feather, and they say it takes 4 to 5 hours to create one bow tie. With wedding season upon us, phones ring even louder at Brackish bow ties.
They're very popular for the weddings, you know, because that's how we started. We have a soft spot for that. We love to do weddings for everybody.
Feather ties can be worn for many occasions, like the Oscars. Movie star Bill Murray was spotted wearing a peacock tie down the red carpet in March.
We had a real good time watching him walk down the red carpet with it on.
And we had people from all over the country calling us and coming in saying, we saw that, and that's just a neat connection there. Again, homespun and hometown guy here, you know, giving them a kind of a nod, and I think that was really cool.
And if the fashion statement bar has not been raised high enough, Charleston artists will always impress. Laura Smith, News 2.